I'm here to support the memory of my husband, passed last week, Taimur Huq. So this would have been his 10th year of supporting St Luke's Hospice, and unfortunately he passed away last Sunday. So we're here to support his memory.
The lovely Taimur Huq. My last visit with him, he was desperate to make today as a milestone. He was such an awesome man, so inspirational.
He spent, I don't know how many years as an engineer in Plymouth, and then 2006 he became a maths teacher in Denver High School for boys. He spreads over a lot of people's lives. He lost his brother last March through cancer in his throat, and I think watching his brother go, we were there at the end, it was scary for him. So when he would speak with Sonia at St Luke's, she would tell him what the process was going to be. She would help reassure him. Yeah, to reassure him not to be so afraid at the end. And they were always there whenever he was. When we went on the cruise and Sonia would give him some steroids and he was worried about his ankles swelling, even in the middle of the sea, you could ring Sonia and she was there and it's okay, Taimur, this is what's happening.
I do try to, in my work, try to get the men that I work with to open up. It's not always the easiest. Some are more free-flowing than others. I think knowing that other men have been through the same thing as you have, I don't know, it's like camaraderie, isn't it? And that feeling of not being alone.
Yeah, you and my dad's youngest daughter, May, they were like his, full-time carers really, all the time. And I think St Luke's took a bit of pressure away from that, just in reassuring you guys as well. And not only that, they gave us so much support, like they gave all my sisters and any close family and relatives, like if they wanted some, just to talk to somebody, answer the questions that no one wants to answer really, but in an honest and caring way.
And I know that he felt less afraid near the end of going. That is definitely down to Sonia and St Luke's to provide that support.
Today, he really wanted to reach this milestone. He wanted to raise funds for St Luke's, who looked after both him and his brother. He was determined to do it. He was going to come on his mobility scooter. And sadly, he didn't make it, which when I found out that news, I was very emotional.
Yeah, the walk is definitely more than just a load of guys going around the pub. They talk about the names on the back, who's this, who's that, what happened. There's just so many people who've used today as a way of remembering him, really, and supporting St Luke's and remembering Taimur, and it's actually provided a lot of support and comfort for the family.
There's a big stigma around male mental health, and growing up, he was always open with his mental health and how he struggled in different times in his life. And I think it's just a good place for people to connect. Plymouth is quite a small place, so you do end up seeing people that you haven't seen for a long time.
I've heard that his scooter's going to make it, not with him, but his scooter's coming. I don't know, I think there'll be a little tear when I see that come around the corner.
His mobility scooter, we called it his chariot. My nephew hurt his ankle, so he said, I don't know how far I walk. So they said, well, you can take the chariot. If he was here, he would just be, he'd be on his chariot, and we'd have pimped his chariot anyway with him on it. And he'd have just been absolutely amazed. He was amazed at how much he'd raised before, but to see this now on a beautiful sunny day, and the amount of money and the amount of support and his family, it would have been everything to him to see it.
Hello everyone, I'm just come into the Denver High School for Boys staff room to receive a wonderful cheque for £771 that the staff raised during the cake sale they did a couple of weeks ago. It was great to see everyone. What I really wanted to do is I really wanted to thank all the boys and all the people, all the parents who have contributed to my Just Giving page. I started this expecting to get about £500 or £600, as I have most years for the last 10 years. And when it was put onto the Illumini and all the boys started seeing it, it just went mad. We're now up to £7,210. We're still 3 weeks to go till the walk. So I tried very much to thank you individually on Just Giving, but I couldn't find a way to do that. So I would really like to say thanks to all those boys. I'm so happy that I had such an influence on your lives, and it's meant a lot to me to hear your comments. So Thank you very much. And let's see if we can get up to £8,000. Thank you.
He was just such an inspiration, and you only have to look through his Just Giving page at some of the comments, at the difference he's made to people's lives. So we can never understate what people mean to others.
The messages and the comments of the people that he's touched is just next to none.
It's gone mental.
It's gone. He set it up at 500 like he normally does, and then he would up it to like, I think he upped it to like 1,000, then 1,500, and every time he just couldn't believe it. So when he did pass, I think it was at 9,000.
Oh, yeah, just
9,200, and now it's at over 10,000. So it's just unbelievable. And
the support from the students has been phenomenal. Students from like way back when he first started teaching, remember him, and a couple of them would say, thanks to you, he talked about engineering, one particular student, and now he's a doctor in engineering, and he would do anything to help somebody to achieve what they wanted. If he could help, he would. He gave a lot of himself for the people.
Thank you to them, because I think they kept him going.
He did.
Those messages.
But thank you to everybody who has helped them. Thank you to the HSB who reached out to the students in the HSB and the ex-students. Although the money's great, it's amazing. It was people's feelings and words they said to him that really helped him near the end. To wake up every day and say, oh, look, what now? Have you seen this comment of you? Yeah, we were very proud of him.